This is the Tarot Nefertari. It's an Egyptian deck. It is a gold foil deck put out by Scarabeo. One thing that perplexes me about this deck is why is it $50? It's pretty much typical Scarabeo stock with gold foil. Cards are rather on the thin side. It's just a little bit more thin, skinnier than a standard tarot of 2.75 by 4.75 inches. Like I said, typical thin Scarabeo cardstock and a typical tuck box. Now, here's another Scarabeo gold foil deck. This is the Golden Tarot of the Renaissance. Another beautiful gold foil deck, one of my favorites, in fact. But this is like half the cost. It's like $24 versus $50 for this. So I don't know. But now who is Nefertari? Well, Nefertari was a queen. She was the wife of Ramesses II. And she's one of the better known queens in Egyptian lore. She's up there pretty much with Cleopatra and a few other famous queens. Nefertari means beautiful companion, okay? And I have a little collection here. I had a couple of Egyptian figurines, and then I have this brass ankh, which I like. I have this. Okay, pretty cool. But I don't know a lot about Egyptian things. So I've been through this deck once before, so let's look at it closer. This is the back of the card. It is reversible. Okay. Well, let's go. Okay, here we have the full. You have a little cat down here. Looks like a wild cat. And that's our full. You can see how that gold pretty much pops. It really reflects the light. Interesting. Here we have the Magician. And we do have the four suits here. We got the wands, we got the cup, pentacle, and a dagger, or I guess you'd call it a sword, but it's more of a dagger. That's our Magician. And we have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess, it's these marks on here, like that white right there. That's actually printed onto the card like that. At first I thought it was something on it, but it's not. And that's our High Priestess. And we have the Empress. And we have the Emperor. And the Hierophant. There are kind of nice use of coloring here on the card, in addition to the gold foil. That's our Hierophant. We do have a subject down here at his feet. And you see, it doesn't look like a very comfortable throne. It looks more like a hard bench. But that's our Hierophant. And we have our lovers. Only a couple here. No religious entity by them. So our lovers. And we have the Chariot. And we have Justice. A lot of departure from conventional tarot imagery in this deck. That can be a plus if you like a little bit of diversity in your collection. We have the Hermit. There's an ankh right there. And that's our Hermit. And we have the Wheel. And Strength. I like the way she's holding the jaw of the lion open. Pretty cool. Okay, the Hanged Man. Doesn't look very hanged to me. There's nothing going on there. That's our hanged man. We have it's an owl, I believe. An owl up there. It's our hanged man. Hey, this figure I do know. This is called an Anubis. And Anubis had like a jackal head and a human body. And the Anubis was a protector of tombs. And he also led the departed souls into the afterlife. So he had a dual role here in Egyptian lore. And there's our death with two subjects at his feet. Okay, next we have Temperance. I see, well, there are two vessels there, I believe. Yep, 1, 2. Okay, so we got that going on. And our Devil card is rather unique. I believe this is an alligator because he's green. Could be a crocodile. They probably had crocodiles in ancient Egypt. I don't know if they had alligators, but and we have two subjects at the creature's feet there. Hey, we have the tower. We do have a falling tower here, but it's not struck by lightning that I can see. There's a figure pushing the tower over, and these two guys are trying to like push it back. They're on the wrong side of this tower, I'll tell you that. That's our tower card. And we have the star. We have a number of stars in the sky here. This lady has something perched upon her head with two little cobra snakes on each side. And she has a couple of tools in her hands. And we got the moon. We have a moon here. We have two pyramids. We have a couple of jackals here at the bottom there. No shellfish on that. Hey, next we have the sun. A brilliant red sun here, but it looks kind of cool with that gold foil, I guess. That's our sun card. And next we have Judgment. And this figure is, I don't know if he's a spiritual entity or what, but this is the person who has passed on or is being reincarnated. Who knows? In Egyptian lore, I'm not sure. And finally, the world. We have a couple figures here with, another figure. Okay, that's what's going on. A yellow figure here arched over these two smaller figures. Okay. Hey, moving on to wands. This is our ace. I'm not sure what this animal is here. It's kind of interesting. Hey, we have our two of wands. And the three. And the four of wands. We have the 5. Two figures on the 5 of wands. We have the 6. And the 7. Another alligator or crocodile in the water here. This is our 8. And the 9. Have a serpent here coming down from the wands here. And this, what is this here? What is this animal? I'm not sure. Almost looks like it has rabbit ears or something, but I don't know what that is. Maybe that's just a artistic endeavor of the artist, perhaps. Okay, then we have a 10 Ten of Wands. And this is our Knave. And he looks like he's a scribe, I guess, doing hieroglyphics or whatever there. That's our Knave. And then our Knight. And the Knights are all animals with no human figures on them. They're just the animal by itself. That's our Knight. And we have the Queen. And the King of Wands. Okay. Moving on to cups or chalices, we have our Ace, some type of a beetle, I believe, there. And there's a cup at the bottom. So our Ace. And our Two of Cups. This is our Three of Cups with only 2 figures on it, not 3. And this is our Four of Cups, or chalices, I should say. Kind of weird positions on some of these guys. I don't know why. Okay, we have the 5. We have a person there, and he has a animal on his back. That's our 5. And here's our 6 of chalices. And the 7. Looks like she has a glass of wine, perhaps. Probably. And we have the 8. And we have the 9. And the 10 of chalices, we have a couple here. I don't see any children, but that's a couple on the 10 of chalices. And our Knave, looks like another scribe type of figure. And here's our Knight, another horse here without a rider. And our Queen of Chalices, the small figure upon her lap there, kind of odd, but there it is. And the King of Cups. And here he has a vessel here with 2 liquids going into these containers. This is almost a better temperance card than the temperance was, I think. But that's our King of Chalices. And moving on to Pentacles, this is our Ace. We have an animal figure here. And that's an Ankh right there. That's our Ace. And this is our 2. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. And the 4, rather unusual here. We have a figure down here at the bottom with somebody's small figure standing on top of her head. That's our 4. Interesting. And we have the 5. And the 6. the 7. This is our 8. And our 9. And the 10 of Pentacles. Certainly follows its own system. It's definitely not RWS, I'll tell you that. Okay, and we have the Knave of Pentacles. We have another scribe type of figure there. All the Pentacles have ankhs upon them. And this is our Knight. And the Queen. And the King of Pentacles. And now moving on to swords, this is our Ace. I believe that's a falcon. I'm not sure, because the artist's renditions of these animals are kind of unusual. So it's hard to say what kind of bird that is. It could be a falcon. That's our Ace of Swords. And we have our 2. And the 3. Interesting. Our 4. And the 5. Unusual poses on a lot of these figures here. And we have the 6. Well, there's a boat indeed. That could be a river of eternity or whatever the Egyptians would call it. We do have a boat there. And the 6 of Swords. We have the 7. I believe these are falcons. And then we have the 8. We have a crocodile or alligator back here, and a strange creature here. I'm not sure what that is. It's unusual. Okay, we have our 9. And we have the 10. 3 figures down here on the 10 of Swords. All right. And here's our Knave. It almost looks like he's holding a cell phone. No, I know it's not a cell phone, but I don't know what that is. That's rectangular object there. That's our Knave. And our Knight. A riderless horse once again. And this is our Queen. And wrapping it up is the King of Swords. Well, it's an unusual deck. I just can't get over the price. But I got this on the one, I don't know if I mentioned it, I got it for like $32 through the 35% off sale. So I would never pay $50 for a foil little Scarabeo deck, that's for sure. Anyways, well, if you're interested in the deck, it is readily available. It's been out for a number of years, and I think that's because the price point. People just aren't interested in it at that price point. But it is a unique deck. There's several Egyptian decks, Cleopatra and a couple other ones, but there are quite a few out there. But this is the one I got. So, as always, thanks again for watching.